Well, I just threw this little pop-up uh, pop-up stream because I have been watching and noticing that the crypto world is going crazy. Crypto is collapsing. Um, what is going on is, does anybody out there have crypto? If you do, are you holding on to it? Are you selling? Are you gonna hang in there for the long haul? Um, did you buy in so long ago that you're going to make money no matter what? Even if you sell everything now, or if you sell everything now, will you lose 80%, 100% of your investment? What is happening with crypto? Well, this gentleman, Lark Davis, um, he did an analysis. I've watched it, and I like the way he lays it out. He doesn't pull back any punches, really, although he tries to soften the blow a little bit. Um, but it'd be interesting to get some feedback from the crowd out there. So, um, I'm not thinking. I'm not following you, Tom. Welcome to the broadcast. Welcome to the chat. I'm not following you. That I agree with you that this is a very volatile investment. In fact, it's so volatile it's crashing. I don't see how it's going to rebound and quadruple. The value is in its sheen, in its gloss, right? In its infallibility, in its growth. But it's now all of that is just being revealed as makeup, a mask behind the Ponzi scheme that has to be this Bitcoin currency that has to be a Ponzi scheme. There's no other way. I compare it to like when it comes to owning land, you've got freehold and you've got leasehold. So if you own freehold, you own your land or your in the case of the city I live in, it's apartments. So you can buy your apartment freehold or leasehold. If you buy your apartment freehold, you own it 100%, nobody else does. If you buy your apartment leasehold, you still pay a some type of market value when you purchase it, and you'll most likely, hopefully, make some money or not lose any money when you sell it. But because it's leasehold, the lease will expire in 50 years, let's say 50, 30 years from now. So as the years creep up to the leasehold expiry date, the value of that of that leasehold, that apartment, is going to fall, because at the expiry date, it just goes back to the owner. No money changes hands whatsoever. So that's kind of the way I've been thinking of crypto ever since I ran across it. It just seems to be a losing. There just doesn't seem to be any value to it, and the crash. Yeah, I understand that it's digital gold, but it's only digital gold if everybody's convinced that it's digital gold and invests in it. Right now, it's not digital gold, it's digital coal. And if you've invested any money in it and you've sold it, I bet you've lost money. But Tom, I appreciate the interaction. I'm going to let this dude Lark Davis carry on, because he does make a lot of sense. Okay, okay, that looks scary, doesn't it? 3 days. Look at the dips. It's like a roller coaster. Yep, cooked. So this Luna product. Anybody out there actually own a Luna coin, or a whatever, a Luna piece of digital, um of a piece of the Luna digital world? I still don't understand how blockchain really works and how it has any value, but I see that it kind of right now has very little value. There's no sound. There's no sound. I can't believe it. I'm gonna just double check, okay? Give me one moment. If there's no sound, I gotta fix it. Just give me one sec. I'm gonna see if I can actually hear myself come through on. All right, I heard myself coming through on YouTube, so um, I am getting an audio. Oh, there we go. Tom, can you hear me now? Can I get Mr. Davis to carry on? I'll wait for. Actually, no, I'll just carry on, because it's crypto, for fuck's sake. Right. No, I see that there's no sound. I get it. I get it. I get it. I don't understand why. I'm going to fix it. obviously in my settings there is no sound. Did it just sort of stop? It's crazy. Oh, what am I doing over there? Where do I want it? I want it to come. No, not that one. Let's try it. Sorry, Tom. Sorry, Tom. Aha. Okay. Let's see what's happening. I'm about to fix it finally and forever, at least for now. Okay, sorry, Dad. Let's move it along. Move it along. Should be okay now.
10 cryptocurrency, Luna, lost 99% of its value this week. That doesn't normally happen in the cryptocurrency markets. That's a historic.
Yeah, sorry about that.
The third largest stablecoin, UST, lost its peg in a big way, leading to huge liquidations, massive loss of money and wealth. And look, I just want to say, if you got hit really hard by the UST situation and you're just freaking out, you're losing it, I gotta say, just go out for a walk, man. Get out of the house. Don't do anything crazy. I mean, look, I know we can be looking at the situation.
I'm sorry to be looking at it from such a dark point of view, but I have COVID and I'm in the COVID place, which is pretty dark. Although I don't have it very bad. It's like I just have a little cold. But it's COVID because I tested myself and I'm positive, which is kind of why I canceled all my shows on the weekend. And you can hear that I'm still under the weather. So that's why I'm having to laugh at this. He says go out for a walk. Don't consider harming yourself in any way. And he's actually serious when he says that. It's like what? He thinks people are gonna harm themselves over this? I certainly hope not. Everybody out there, go for a walk away from your computer if you are a victim of this Ponzi scheme called cryptocurrency.
And go, man, it's all over. I'm never going to make that money back. This is crypto. There's so many chances out here for you to make that money back. Talk to friends, talk to family, right? Don't make any crazy decisions that you can't reverse, right? I know there's already been lots of rumors going.
What does that mean? Don't make any crazy decisions that you can't reverse. Well, one crazy decision you made that you can't reverse is you bought into crypto and now you've lost all your money. But that's a crazy decision you made in the past and you lost your money now and you can't reverse it. So what he's probably talking about is something more on the personal level, and I do agree with him. Just chill. It's only money.
Going around Twitter of people who have committed suicide over the collapse of UST, people who had their life savings in the Anchor protocol. So please, if you're suffering, if you're hurting, talk to people, reach out. And I know it's definitely a sign of the markets to be talking like this, but it's true. It's true. I know a lot of people are really hurting after the collapse.
I don't know what's going on, but Lark disappeared. Hold on, let me find him. Lark Davis, where the hell are you, man? How did you disappear on me? Oh, I see. Hold on a minute, folks. This is a one-man show, and I'm the only one who arrived to work tonight because I'm the only one employed here. I think I fixed it. Just give me 2 seconds to make some minor adjustments. Oops. There we go. And we can carry it. Let me just do that. There we go. Lark Davis, ladies and gentlemen. He's doing a great job of trying to calm the situation down.
Collapse of Luna after the collapse of UST. You have to keep in mind, too, Terra was the second biggest DeFi ecosystem by total value locked, and the Anchor protocol was, I think, a top 3 DeFi protocol until like 3 days ago. So crazy, crazy stuff happening here in the markets. Now, right now, we are still in a situation, though. UST still has a market cap of $10 billion. However, the Luna coin's only worth around $2 billion, approximately, probably worth a bit less now as it keeps falling. So you just have to start asking yourself the question, what the heck is going to happen to UST in this situation where Luna, the coin that's supposed to be collateralizing UST, is worth like a fifth to a tenth of the market cap of UST?
Actually, yeah, and I'm following you, Lark. But I got a question here. In crypto, and it's really a question for the viewers, and you could either leave a comment, or if you hear it right now, you could while I'm live, you could answer it if you can. But my question about crypto is is crypto like a too big to fail kind of a structure, like banks? Like the federal government would never let a bank that's way too big fail because it's too big to fail. Now, is crypto in any way in that same at that same level of too big to fail, or would the market allow all of crypto to just collapse and die forever just because that's what the market did? Could someone answer me, please? Because I have no idea what the answer is.
Their Bitcoin wallet is also empty. Now, I cannot confirm that Luna has sold their Bitcoin, right? They said they were putting some into market making with UST and Bitcoin. That's where $1.5 billion of it was supposed to be going. But we don't know. Did they sell their Bitcoin? Hard to say, but we do know for certain that their wallet is empty. There's no Bitcoin left in the Luna Foundation wallet. So it's a rough situation all around for UST and Luna holders. So I'm out. I'm out of UST and I'm out of Luna. Now, Luna, I was lucky to get out at $6, which is actually the price that I bought it for last year. Now, during that time, I did take my capital out, and then I did also take profits on basically half of my Luna for 10x. So, yay for me. I was able to get some gains out of Luna and not lose a truckload of money on it. That being said, I did lose money on UST. So I had money in the Anchor protocol. I also had money in a pool on Curve Finance, which was only supposed to have 25% exposure to the UST stablecoin. But 2 days ago, I go to get my money out. The pool has been raided. Almost only UST is left at that point, leaving me holding the bag of that pool. It's a rough situation, so way overexposed to UST. Not a good feeling by any means, obviously. Now, I did manage to get out of it for around a 22% loss, which is a lot, obviously, and especially considering it was a decent percentage of my stablecoins. Now, the silver linings for me, and look, I'm not trying to, make light of the situation or anything. A lot of people have lost a lot of money, including me. I did lose a bunch of money on this. But the silver lining here for me is that, well, of that 22% loss, about half of that actually gets eaten up by the fact that I had a bunch of UST rewards from Anchor. So it's really only like a 10, 11, 12% loss, something like that. So definitely not as dramatic as it could be. So in total, it's like a 4 or 5% loss from my.
This guy seems to be a really big Bitcoin or crypto player, so he's got tens of thousands of dollars probably tied up in this game. What about the little guy, the small guy, the one who's been hounded by social media and being hounded by people on social media. Friend me. I'll teach you about trading and crypto and this and that and the other. It's rampant all over every social media platform. So one would assume that because it's out there so much, that there are enough people who fall for it and who actually invest with these scammers and lose all their money. The scammers, they make some kind of a fee, and they're good to go. But the investors who have bought their crypto and their Bitcoin based on these scammers' recommendations and promises, well, they're out of luck. They're out of money. And I feel for you guys who have been scammed by crypto. That there are others, of course, who have made tons of money, are millionaires out of crypto, that have ridden the wave of the soaring wave of success and then sold. So those are the winners, and I'm sure there's not too many of them. But the losers, there are hundreds of thousands, if not in the millions. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and be very, very sad.
Stablecoin stack. It's a big number, but at the same time, it hasn't, destroyed my portfolio or my ability to invest moving forward. And the difference that between basically the loss will be written off as a tax loss. So could be worse. It could be worse, right? And look, is the UST stablecoin gonna repeg? I don't even care anymore. I'm out. I'm moving beyond it. And look, I know a lot of people sold for a lot more than a 22% loss. And if that's you, ouch. I'm sorry.
Ouch.
I feel for you. Crypto, man, it's just crazy stuff. It really, really is. And these experimental stable coins like UST, damn. Damn, that's all I can say. I'm happy to be out. I hope that if you were in UST that you got out without too big of a loss, that you got out in time. Maybe it does repeg and you're holding it still and you get,
What he's saying is that everybody who's in UST has lost money. Because he says, I hope you got out of it without too big of a loss. He is not mentioning any possibility of anybody having made money out of this UST, at least not recently. I'd actually never heard of UST before I watched this video the first time. So, again, I'm still very, very crypto skeptic. I think crypto is a Ponzi scheme. But like I said, I'm no expert at all, as you can tell, on crypto, other than I suspect it's a Ponzi scheme, and I would never, ever have invested. At least, maybe in the very, very beginning when it came out, and you could sort of see where it could go. So you throw $10,000 into it, and 5 years later, 10 years later, I don't know how long's Bitcoin been around for. Let's say it's been around for 10 years. Okay, I don't know, maybe let's get 10 years. So you put your money in and you see it just shoot up for 5 years or 6 or 7 years, and then you get out. You've made your money. That would have been the only way for me to have gotten in if I was into that thing. If I'd known Bitcoin, what was all about when it came out, if I cared, all sorts of things which I don't care about anyway. And I'm not much of a gambler. I'd probably worry too much about my investment, and no. So I'm not. I just feel sorry for everybody out there who had high hopes and they've all been dashed.
Some kind of payoff in the future for that, but I'm not interested in partaking anymore. Thank you very much. That's my story. Okay, now let's go on to talk about the inflation data. So we did get the inflation data coming out yesterday. So basically, this shows not the best situation. So we had the inflation data come out. Now the good news is that it seems that March was peak inflation. So March was 8.5%, April was 8.3%, so yay, but then the market immediately dumped because the market had been anticipating 8.1%. So when it came out and they saw, wow, crap, it's actually only 8.3%, inflation didn't fall as much as we thought it was going to, everybody lost their minds, man. Stocks dumped. Yep. Bitcoin dumped. Yep. The entire cryptocurrency dumped. And it's crazy to have all this happening at the same time. You have this crazy situation, one of the biggest stable coins that is deeply integrated across multiple blockchains and all kinds of DeFi protocols, suddenly just taking a big fat dump. And then the inflation data comes out, and yes, we have hit peak inflation. Well, unless it goes back up next month, but it looks like we could have hit peak inflation. But it wasn't as low as the market had wanted it to be. And so, we had a sell-off happen. So we have all these factors weighing super heavy on the cryptocurrency market right now. I also wanted to share some other stats here with you from the macro scene. So Colin Roach points out $35 trillion in global market value has been erased since the beginning of the year.
Did you hear that? $34 trillion gone. Now, who has lost $34 trillion? I cannot even conceive of how much money that is.
That's 14% of all global wealth has been wiped out during this massive correction. That includes the...
You hear that? 14% wiped out.
$1 trillion in losses in the cryptocurrency industry.
14% wiped out in the crypto. Well, 14% wiped out, and that comes out of the cryptocurrency industry. I think crypto seems to be taking it, like you said, taking a huge dump, but will it ever end?
For reference, 2008, the great financial disaster of 2008 was a 19% decline. Basically, we are almost as bad. This entire correction in the stock markets and all this stuff is almost as bad as 2008. That is the kind of financial crisis that we are living through right now.
Wow.
It's not just crypto. We talk about crypto on this channel, but it's the equity markets that are really getting slammed.
Uh-oh. If it's not just crypto, equity markets are bonds and stocks and, well, I guess especially stocks.
And it's spilling over into the cryptocurrency industry. Also, this one here, the number of companies that now trade at a discount to net cash has matched the highs following the 2000 bubble burst. Holy cow, man. Look at this. So that is our current high here. This is back at the bubble burst in 2000s. Wowzers. Wowzers, wowzers, wowzers.
Wowzers.
Yikes.
Yikes.
That's some scary data right there.
Yeah, no shit.
John Ehrlichman points out that 50 stocks have lost a combined $5 trillion in value this year. Wow. Absolute savagery in the stock markets, absolute savagery in the cryptocurrency markets.
This is not looking good,
what
folks.
They say? Make sure you live in interesting times, right? Well, these are interesting times. Yes, holy cow. Yes, look, in a few months' time, this will pass. We will get through this.
Okay, here is the pacifying news. This will get better. We'll get through this. Let's hear the rest of it.
I'm still here. I'm going to keep making videos for you guys, keeping you updated on the situation as we go through these very turbulent times in the market. I'm going to keep investing. I'm going to keep trying to provide as much value as I can for you guys in these videos, in the newsletter, on Twitter. We're going to have some fun, too, along the way. Some gallows humor, obviously, during these tough times. But in a few months, we'll get past this. I've lived through some massive crashes already in the cryptocurrency markets. And look, this is a historic crash, I think, in terms of what's happening in the equity markets, being one of the worst years ever in equity markets, affecting crypto in a massive way. But guess what? Every market crash in history, every bear market in history has ended. We will get through it. And in a few months' time, we can all sit around and tell stories about how we survived the great crash in the bear market of 2022. Anyway, I hope you guys are staying sane out there in spite of all the madness happening in crypto land right now. Let me know your thoughts on any of this. How are you holding up? Did you get stung by this whole UST thing? Let me know down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.
Well. Things are not looking too good at all. And I'm kind of sad and a little sorry that I actually had to present a stream that is so depressing as this one is. And I think the best thing to do is just, just leave it where it is, as it is. And we'll follow the news as it breaks on this, I think. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Peace out.